You know, even though I absolutely love the Toy Story franchise, I think those set of films are some of the best in cinematic history. There was just something about this film that didn't do it for me. I mean, it didn't rub me the wrong way, but I just wasn't excited about it going in. But how did it turn out? Well, let's talk about it. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion for my Lightyear movie review. And if this is your first time finding me and you happen to like the video, please give me that thumbs up and consider subscribing. So guys, this film is being directed by Angus MacLane. This is what the gentleman looks like right here. If you're not too familiar with this work, these are some of the films he's been known for: The Incredibles, Finding Dory, The Toy Story of Terror, and WALL-E. WALL-E is one of my favorite Pixar films. If you just go down any further, he has 5 directing credits. He was the co-director for Finding Dory, and that is a film that I did love. Now, like I said, going into this, my expectations were pretty low. I am a fan of Chris Evans and also Keke Palmer and Taika Watiti. Those are all cast members in this film, but at the same time, my expectations were low. Now, this is not a story about the Toy Story action figure, but the movie that exists within that universe that actually spawned the toy. But before I get into all my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly what this film is all about. While spending years attempting to return home, Maroon Space Ranger Buzz Lightyear encounters an army of ruthless robots commanded by Zurg, who are attempting to steal his fuel source. Now guys, one of the first things that I loved about this film is the casting with Chris Evans as Lightyear, the titular character. I thought that was great. As I was going into this film, I was a bit skeptical, even when I first saw the teaser trailer last year in 2021. Like, wait a minute, they're coming out with a Lightyear movie, but they're not going to have Tim Allen come back as Buzz Lightyear. What the hell is wrong with you, studio? What are you doing? Like I said in my intro, Toy Story is one of the most beloved franchises of all time. Before Part 4 came out, I don't know how many people feel about that, but a lot of people considered the first 3 Toy Stories like the best trilogy of all time. I know I do. If you disagree, that's fine. We can argue in the comments section. But I'm like, wait a minute. No Tim Allen, this doesn't make any sense. But I will say that Chris Evans did come through, and I do like him as Buzz Lightyear, as Lightyear. I don't want to compare him to Tim Allen and say who's better, who worse. It's kind of a different character, but I did appreciate everything that Chris Evans was delivering on screen. It was quite nice, and I got to give a thumbs up right there. Also got to give it up to my sister, Miss Keke Palmer. I loved her in this movie. She made me laugh, and I did care about her character. I did love the relationship that she had with Buzz Lightyear and their dynamic and them bouncing back and forth, and just the relationship that they had. I thought it was pure. I thought it was genuine, and there was a lot of love and compassion between the two of them, and it sparked on screen as well. Also, guys, you know that I'm always talking about IMAX and raving on how much I love IMAX pictures, IMAX cameras, all that good stuff. I feel that every action movie from now on into the future should be filmed with IMAX cameras, and this film was, and I loved every moment of it. And when they was doing the deep space exploration, the way that the aspect ratio switched when they're going at the speed of light, man, it was jaw-dropping. I loved it. All the colors, the cinematography, it was a beautiful sight to see. I mean, I loved every moment of it, and I was just saying to myself, I cannot wait till this comes out on Blu-ray 4K. Hopefully they do release it on disc. I don't want it just to be on Disney Plus, but I know that I am going to buy the hell out of this movie and have a great time with my home theater setup. And guys, it's not just the visuals, it's the sound too. I love all the editing and mixing that went in that department. I mean, it was popping and booming in the theater, and tied in with that aspect ratio, it made for a great experience that I think you should be a part of too. And a lot of you know, I'm somewhat of a nerd geek over here. I love the science of deep space exploration. I mean, it's just so fascinating to me. At random times, and I've said this before, I would just Google or go on YouTube and just go into a rabbit hole search of what space is about and how big it is, and black holes and white holes and wormholes and different dimensions and things. I mean, that just excites me. And this film right here delves into that quite a bit, and I found it very, very fascinating. If you've seen the film, I believe it came out in 2014 or 13, Interstellar by Christopher Nolan. that had a lot to do with deep space exploration as well, and this movie does too. I mean, there are parallels between Lightyear and Interstellar for the good part, for the good reasons, and that just makes the film that much better. If you like Interstellar, then I will say that you probably will like Lightyear as well. There's a lot of similarities between those films, and it does make for great filmmaking. I also like the action in this film as well, and the weapons that they chose to defend themselves or get through a certain terrain. That was nice. That was top notch right there. And also just the spaceships and the technology. You know, if you're going at the speed of light, like how do you slow down if you're trying to land your plane or your ship on a planet? I've never seen anything like this before, but I haven't seen every deep space exploration TV show or movie, so maybe some of this was in Star Trek. I mean, I really don't know, but I did like the technology that they did use to go at the speed of light or to slow down. I found that fascinating as well. The movie is funny. You're going to get a lot of laughs, or you're going to be smiling from ear to ear at points, so that's good too. And the main driving force that made me love this film is not just the story, but the characters themselves and how they relate to each other. And then the overall message of the film, its morale and the message that it's trying to convey. Going back to Buzz, I absolutely loved his work ethic and his determination and his will and drive. This man is determined to the utmost degree, and he will not give up until the mission is accomplished. He does not care how much work it has to take. He does not care how hard it is or how long it's going to take to get it done. He is going to get it done, and I have to say that is very, very commendable. But at the same time, it's also scary, because when you have that type of mindset, it can possibly make you crazy. And I'm not saying that's necessarily what happened to Lightyear in this film, but there was elements of it, and I was able to sympathize with this character in that sense and relate to him in ways that I didn't think I was going to be able to. And on top of that, it also just goes to show that it is okay to ask for help. You do not have to do things all by yourself. And a lot of people have pride. A lot of people have ego. And I'm not necessarily saying that's what's up with Lightyear in this film, but the fear of asking for help and how that can be perceived, or if you'll be judged, or if somebody will look down on you. That's just ridiculous, and it can lead to your detriment. So while, yes, you don't want to depend on anybody, it is still okay to ask for help, to seek assistance, and that's okay. We're all human, and that's just a normal way of life. There's also elements of this film is how you're your own worst enemy. Sometimes the only person that's holding us back is the man in the mirror, the person that you're seeing looking back at you, your reflection. And you have to check yourself sometime and be like, you know, hey, am I hurting myself or am I helping myself? And again, those are elements that are in this film as well that I love too. And guys, it is sad, man. There are a lot of heartwarming moments in this film. I don't think I heard anybody crying, but your eyes may well up just a little bit. I'm not saying that this is one of the best Pixar movies out there, because Pixar is known for, you know, tear jerking, you know, you getting your tissues and, oh my God, I'm so sad. That wasn't the case for me, at least in this movie, but there were a ton of heartfelt moments too. I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. This is crazy. But again, the two mains in this film, Chris Evans playing Lightyear and Keke Palmer playing Hawthorne, I love their relationship. It was great, and the legacy that was tied all into that. There's also a character by the name of Darby, excuse me. She was pretty funny too. I did like that character. And so for the most part, there wasn't too much to complain about in this movie. And I can't believe I forgot the character Socks, this cute little cat. Was funny, hilarious. I loved them. Probably my favorite out the whole movie. Can't believe I almost forgot to talk about that. But those are the good things. Let me just talk about some of the things that were bad. Well, I said I love Chris Evans and Keke Palmer's involvement in this film. We also have the character Taika Watiti, who is an actor and director right now. He's finishing up on Thor: Dark World. He played a character by the name of Mo Morrison, and I have to be honest, I did not like his character at all. I found him to be extremely annoying and cringeworthy. There were just too many moments to where I was going like this, rubbing my head, taking deep breaths, sighing here and there. I was just really annoyed by him. Like, can you just stop it and please take things seriously? I just don't like that. You know, going back to the good real quick, I also just want to talk about chemistry. Just sometimes if someone looks good on paper, on their resume, that does not necessarily mean that they're the best person for the job. And this film had those elements too. It's not just about, are you good on paper? It's about the chemistry, the bond, the relationships that you have with other people that may make the best relationship. And the other thing that I really didn't care for in this film is the story. It wasn't a bad story, but it just seemed like an extended side mission. If this is the first time we're going to see a Buzz Lightyear spinoff in a way from the Toy Story franchise, I kind of would have wished they would have went a different direction. It's not bad, but at one point in the second act, I was like, okay, is this what all the story is about right here? Now, it did get better as the film progressed on, but at one point I was slightly turned off and I was like, okay, I kind of wanted to see something different than this. And I know I'm kind of going back and forth now between all my likes and dislikes, but I just have to talk about something else that I did like in this film. And that is just also the message of letting go of the past. Guys, that can be one of the biggest crutches that we have in life that holds us back. I mean, the past, we can learn a lot of lessons from it. You don't want to repeat the same mistakes, but at the same time, you don't want to hold on to the past either. The past is the past for a reason, and no matter what happened in the past, you cannot do anything about it now. You just have to, like I said, learn your lessons and keep it moving, keep it trucking, move forward. Because, I mean, you have control of the future and we're in the present right now, but you can't do anything in the past and you just got to go with it. And that's a lingering message that's in this film as well. But overall, guys, I really did enjoy this film. I had a lot of fun with it and I think you will too. And so if you do get a chance, I do recommend that you go see it, especially on the biggest screen possible. Even 4DX. I haven't done that, but I've heard nothing but great things. And so that may be something I want to try out myself. And just from seeing this and the way that 4DX is described, that may be even a better way to see this film besides even IMAX. And I can't believe I'm saying that myself. Now, I will give my rating for this film at the very end. But for now, guys, that is just my opinion. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I'm not just going to tell you to subscribe to my channel without giving you a reason why. If you do, you're going to get movie reviews. Jurassic World, Top Gun, Doctor Strange, and the Multiverse of Madness, spoiler movie reviews, a weekly movie news roundup show. I just covered Young Justice, Obi-Wan Kenobi, We Own the City, The Time Traveler's Wife, Staircase, out of theater reactions, trailer reactions, and some interviews as well. So guys, if I had to rate Buzz Lightyear or Lightyear out of a 1 out of 10, I'm going to give this film an 8 out of 10. Yes, an 8 out of 10. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.